Hello, it's Victoria from Victoria Makes. Hi friends, today I'm wanting to make a very low fat French onion soup, and I normally make it with olive oil and butter, so it's got quite a lot of fat in and it makes it really rich and it's absolutely gorgeous. But I'm wanting to try and see if I can replicate as near a taste as I can and make it still really delicious but with a lot less fat. So I hope you'll come along the journey with me and let's taste it. I'll taste it at the end and give you my honest opinion and see if it's worth doing. Obviously sometimes the original recipes are the best, but if we're looking for special diets, it's nice to try and recreate as near to the original as we can and enjoy something, you know, but with a lot less fat, sugars, less salt, etc. Okay, so what I've got for this recipe is lots and lots of onions, and I'm using red onions today, and normally I'd use white onions, but I've got an excessive amount of red onions to use up, and I usually would make red onion chutney, but we have got a lot of chutney already and we don't really need a lot more yet. So I'm going to try and make a nice delicious soup with this. I've got about 6 whole heads of very large garlic. I keep one and put this one in the garden because it's an extra large one, and then we'll hopefully get a nice crop from that, and it'll be a large clove as well, which is really good. I'll put lots and lots of garlic in. I'll put some freshly chopped herbs in as well, coriander or parsley, whatever you choose, but only a little amount in the background. And I usually use chicken or vegetarian stock cubes. That's entirely up to you what you use. I'll probably put 2 stock cubes in. I'll use a pressure cooker, so it'll be that sort of volume of a pan that you'll need to create this recipe. So what I'm going to do now is start chopping all the onions up into finely chopped pieces, and I shall try and come back to you without tear-filled eyes. But you'll know why if it looks like I've been crying. It'll be because I'm chopping up about 15 of these onions. Right, so I've prepared 15 onions. I'm just going to leave a few, another 5, because we'll need those for stews and various other things that we're going to do this week as well. And then I'm going to prepare the garlic now and chop the garlic up. Right guys, I've peeled all that garlic, and with a little bit of the olive oil spray I've made it into a paste. Okay, so all that has gone down to about that much. Incredible, isn't it? But that's fine. So theoretically I would say that was about 30 little cloves of garlic. But that's what French onion soup is all about. Lots and lots of garlic. Good stock and onions. So I'm going to chop all these down. I'm going to start sweating off the onions in a pan. Right then, so in the pan I've put a little tiny spray of whatever you want to use, and I'm using this coconut spray with extra virgin oil, 1 carat per spray. And then I've minced all the garlic up as I showed you before, and the onions. I'm going to try and sweat all this down now slowly in a pan for about half an hour until we get some kind of flavour going off and things are getting cooked through. And then I will use chicken or vegetable stock, add into it, and further cook it down again for another half hour. So it's in the pan now, all the chopped onions and the garlic and a little bit of spray. I've just chopped a little bit of coriander in, just a tiny little bit, because I've got quite a few bunches on the go. So we'll let it all sweat down now for about half an hour. It's sweating down a little bit now, you can see that the moisture's coming out of it and starting to cook. Keeping the top on so the moisture is retained and it sweats it down all the time. Right guys, so I'll show you this French onion soup now. I hope you can see this because there's so much steam in the colour. So it was red, very difficult to see the colour I think on the camera, so forgive me. But it's gone like a brown, tinged, slightly brown, reddy brown colour, and it's really caramelised. like a caramelised chutney. Let's see if I can go nearer the window and show you. Right, hopefully you can see the colour now. There's a lot of steam obviously as well. But it is like a brown colour, isn't it? We've been there, that's a good hour doing this now, a good hour. Sweating it down. It does take a long time, but we'll get in there. And that will get that depth of flavour hopefully. As I say, I don't know because we've not done it without fat before. You know, we're just trying our best to make this a lot less fat in it. See how we go. Right, I'm still going to leave it again about another 15 minutes I think, and then I'll add the stock to it and then carry on cooking. After about an hour and a quarter to an hour and a half, you'll find a difference. When you actually take the pan lid off and you stir it, there'll be no moisture whatsoever and it's sticking all the time. And you'll keep stirring it and it'll come off the pan. But there'll come a time where it gets harder and harder to stir without it coming from off the bottom of the pan. That means that there's no moisture left, and that's when you start putting your vegetable or chicken stock into the soup, because then it should have cooked. There's so much moisture in it, and to caramelise your onion you need to cook it down until there is absolutely no moisture left and it starts to really stick to the pan. Don't leave it too long because you don't want that to happen. And if you do, put your stock in straight away, get it so that you stir it and it'll hopefully take all the flavour off the bottom of your pan. But that's practically there now. In about 5 to 10 more minutes I'll be able to add my stock in. And my stock is chicken stock. It can either come from a stock cube or you can buy chicken stock from the fridge section of your supermarket, or you can make your own with the chicken bones. I will put 2 pints of water to this soup and cook it down. So this is the time. It smells really sweet and it's really thick now, isn't it? The onions have caramelised, the garlic has cooked, so it doesn't smell raw anymore, and it's really, really thick now. Look at that, really brown, thick onion. I'm going to put 4 mugs of hot water on our stock and carry on cooking it down. I'm going to give it about another half an hour now, so that all the flavours come together and the chicken stock all marries in. Take the lid off now and let it cook for another further half an hour. Don't need to cover it.